everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and today we're making another box. I'm in a box mood this week. And we're using the Forever Lovely, which is a beautiful stamp set. And then I'm going to put it away and I'm going to make something else. But I just can't help but use these beautiful colours. Now, I'm using the DSP. This is from the All My Love DSP stack. And this is some of the beautiful, lovely lipstick foiled card that you can get free in Celebration. Now, if you buy the Forever Lovely bundle, which is the stamp set and the thinlets, that is exactly £45. So then you can earn that pack of 8 sheets of foil card for free. Or as an alternative, if you look on pages 4 and 5 of your Spring Summer catalogue, you could get the All My Love DSP, the matching cardstock pack, the stamp set, and I think the ribbon, the ribbon as well, and that would come to about £46. So, you know, when you're doing your shopping between January and March, thinking bundles are £45, then you get a free item. All free. Right, so we've got 2 pieces here. One is our base, one is our lid. Our base measures, let me remind myself, 7 inch by 7 inch, and the lid is 6 by 6. This is a reinforced box I have made before. I made it with a lovely butterfly before. So this is it. And I'm going to have to pinch the ribbon off of it and reuse it again because I've actually now run out of this ribbon. But this is the beautiful box. It's absolutely stunning. And if I just take the ribbon off, you see it's lovely. And the finished size is, let's have a look. The finished size is, it's about 3 by 3. So, you know, and it's quite deep. How deep is it? 3 by 3 by... Is it 2? Yeah, 3 by 3 by 2. So it's quite a good size. I'll leave all the measurements on my blog. So let's get started with the... I'm going to turn it over because I want to fold it. Yeah, I want to fold it that way. So let's get started. So we want to score this at 2 inches on all 4 sides. Super simple. Just score, if you score on the back as well, it'll help it stop cracking. Just be gentle with it because it is foil. So obviously if you over score and over fold, it will crack because that's, you know, it's like a foil covering on the card. So just be wary. And then on the DSP, we're going to score it at ½ inch on all 4 sides. Okay. And then we're going to score it at 1½, and it's just going to have that little bit of reinforcement in it. But before I do my 1½, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just sneak in some of this foiled card as a little kind of like button up bar, just to help me get so that the lid fits nice and snug, hopefully. Sometimes it works spot on, sometimes I'm not sure if it makes any difference, but we'll give it a try. It is one way of doing it. So we're going to score at 1½ on all 4 sides now. And it can be a bit tricky, a bit of a slippery little sucker. There are videos out there where you can make these that clip on and off of the side of your doodah. Scoreboard, I think it was by Mary Fish, I think, 1½. If it wasn't Mary Fish, it was Connor. Oh, Simple Stampers, it was one or the other one. I can't always remember. I have a feeling it was Mary Fish. So 1½. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I've got it wrong. And apologies if I have to the correct lady who came up with it. 1½. Right, let's move that out of the way. So we've got our pieces now for our box. Okay. So what you do is, on the base here, we are going to fold and burnish all of those score lines, as I say, gently, so that you don't crack that foil card. What have I done with my paper sets? Of course, I've moved them, haven't I? What have I done here? I was cutting up ribbon shares earlier and I'd moved them. So we're cutting, you've got little squares on each of the 4 corners, and you just simply cut up to the first score line on all 4 and gently notch on each side. Okay, so you do that on all 4 sides. And I am going to cheat and I am going to bring in one I made earlier just to speed things up a little bit on my video. Let me just quickly put my phone to silent, sorry. So we do that on all 4 sides, then we add adhesive on the inside of the flaps, like so. Okay, use a strong adhesive. I'm using snail for the urgency of the video. To speed things up, I would suggest a very strong adhesive because it is foil sheet. So you do that and you do the same on the other side, and then you obviously, you lift it up and you form your box, okay? And you would do the same on the other side, okay? So here's what I made earlier. So that's my box done. So now I'm going to concentrate on the lid. So I'm going to fold and burnish all of those score lines carefully, making sure that I'm accurate with them, otherwise it won't be a nice fit, and we don't want that. Okay, and then we've got this little 1/2 inch one all the way around as well. Okay, so we'll fold all of that. And then we need to do some cutting. So what we need to do is on all 4 corners, we need to cut right down to the 2nd score line to make our flaps for our box. Okay. And then we can, on this 1/2 inch strip, we can cut down to the flap and cut that away. Okay, and then on the flap here you'll have this 1/2 inch strip, we can cut that away, we don't need it, and then you want to notch in. Okay, so we're going to do that same process on each of the 4 corners. So you've got 1, 2 score lines, cut down to the 2nd, and the same here again at the other side of your square. Cut that rectangle part away because we don't need it. Cut the top small part of that flap off and notch both sides. Okay, go around to the other side and do the same. Can't see that scar line, there it is. Couldn't see that then. I love both sides of this paper. I don't think there's a sheet inside the All My Love DSP pack that I don't like. Sometimes I'll get the odd pack of DSP and some of the papers I'll think they're not my favourite, but then I'll turn them over and I love the other side, so it's all good. But with this one, I love them all. Cut that away and notch. Don't forget, I will leave all the measurements over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk. As I say, I have made this box before a while back, and it had a butterfly on the top of it. So we're ending up with that. So we fold these little flaps in, okay, and we're going to adhere those. So we want adhesive on those, like so. Again, use something a little bit stronger. And then we want adhesive on the 1/2 inch flaps all the way around as well, because we're going to tuck those in for just extra stability to reinforce our lid, because we're using DSP instead of cardstock. So then you want this flap to go on this part here, lining up that edge with the edge, outer edge, like so. Okay, and then you do the same on all 4 corners. Okay, and then this 1/2 inch will just simply fold over and stick down. Okay. And that will, oops, that's not straight. Hold on, let me pull that back up. For some reason that's not going down straight. Let me have a look, why is that? I think I've got that not lined up right. Let me just pull it back, line it up better. There we go. And now, there we go. I just didn't have that flap lined up quite right. Okay. So, where's my bone folder? Where's my bone folder? Oh, I can't find my bone folder. So I'm just going to press it down with my ruler, just to re-establish the crisp, you know, scored edges there, and make sure that that is all nice and flat and all nicely down. And then that will fit on our box nicely like so. And now I'm using the ribbon that I've stolen from my first sample because I've run out. And what I did was I wrapped the ribbon around, and then I used another scrap to tie a faux knot, because I was really short on ribbon. I've put it on upside down. Hold on. Oh, I've put it on upside down. Well, I like things to be right, so I'll do it again. So yeah, I got a length of ribbon and I've joined it at the back with tear tape, and then I've got another piece of ribbon and I've knotted it over to make my ribbon just go that bit further. I can't show you because I don't have any left. I have literally used every scrap of that ribbon because I just adore it. I love the colour. That lovely lipstick is a gorgeous colour. Now we are going to do some stamping, and we're going to take advantage of this really little tiny love you stamp here. And I like the smaller stamps because it means you can punch them with your little circle punches, which I love. One thing I love about Stampin' Up! is the punches, the little punches. So if I get my lovely lipstick ink, which is here, let's move my box to one side. I'm using the scalloped circle punches, 1 1/8 and 1 3/8. Okay, so I'll just ink that up and stamp, and that will punch out with my 1 1/8 scallop circle. Okay, and then we're going to back it on a larger circle of the matching foil card. Okay, so you get my dimensionals, and we'll stick one on there, and I think on my original one I did ink the edges of that, if I remember rightly. I do like inking the edges, but we're saving time. And then we just pop that in the top corner, and we've got a lovely little treat box for Valentine's Day, but not just for Valentine's Day, although we're thinking of that because we're coming up to it, but that could be for anything. Just to say thank you, birthdays, Christmas, absolutely any occasion, and that is super pretty, and I'm loving that foil card. I hope you enjoyed that project. Don't forget, all the details will be over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and I will see you again soon. Bye.